A lot of people are I think
I just went downstairs. I mean, I started a freshman.
that was kind of long.
I'm doing it now, best. Okay. I'll let Mark. Like, I like how people start acting like there's tables here. Yeah.
Come on in, guys. Closer.
The tables are gone for a reason.
Now I'm here. Yeah. Welcome to Guerrero Live.
All right, hey guys. So welcome to Guerrero Live. As a quick reminder, this is a time once a month where we come together, share news, updates, celebrate some wins, get people together. It's just a fun time to spend 15 or 20 minutes just talking. So with that, that's all we got. We have multiple people who are talking today. We're going to talk about rocks. We're going to talk about some department updates, LDP. But first, Elise is going to talk about new hire anniversaries.
We only have anniversaries for December. So starting with 1 year, Cass Davis. Cass here. Celebrating 1 year of being back, less some change the year before, Brooke Brugger. Celebrating 2 years, Meg Thorpe. And taking the cake, Ashley Watkins, 7 years.
Yeah, hi everybody. How are we doing today? Good. Rock's going extremely well. As most of you remember, what this rock is about is kind of developing B+ services that are add-ons to our core business model. And you also remember it's a big, heavy, vicious, hairy rock to lift. I'm happy to say that we're making some progress, and that thanks to some heavy lifting in the areas of structuring out the cost structure, figuring out what the menu of services is going to be, figuring out how we're going to sell it, figuring out how we're going to deliver it. We're making some great progress. And in fact, I'd say that the rock actually has left the ground a little bit because we have now completed our first Guerrero Plus services for Cheer TD. It was a postcard, it was a mailer. It's going to lead into work in 2019 with regard to some website design, right, Kyle?
Got it.
Thank you. And in fact, on the heels of that, we now have another project on. So I think that's some good direction, some good motivation happening. And I think in the next 30 days, we're going to figure out how we're going to sell this. And the creative group is starting to put together a capabilities deck and a pitch deck and a page on the website. It's going to provide capabilities, philosophy, work samples, and process. Make it easier to sell. So all in all, that rock is going in the right direction. Any questions about it? Anybody want to help out? Take a volunteer.
But just to frame this is stuff that we've never done before. And actually, at the beginning of last year, we questioned whether or not this was something we could ever do. So in less than 6 months, we've gone from not doing it / not knowing if we could do it to figuring it out and selling it. So that's massive. It's like 6 months. Yanni's out, so Caleb's going to talk about this.
Yes, I'm going to talk a little bit about Vianney's Rock, actually a lot about Vianney's Rock because we've been very busy. To remind you, Vianney's Rock is to activate our strategy to be the most sought after and authentic collection of brands, products, and services for the entire Latino professional community. So, to give you a sense of what's going on since we last met, I have several things. So last week, we actually launched a redesigned bi-monthly newsletter for Hispanic Executive that included a whole new design of the newsletter itself alongside some of our redesign elements that we were implementing for our print products, so a new logo, new color, new look overall. The content that is in this newsletter is also sort of a newer approach compared to what we were doing in the past and what we do on some of our other brands. This first one contained a letter from Pedro highlighting and explaining the changes that we implemented for HE. And we got an overwhelming amount of responses from our readers simply congratulating us, sharing really positive feedback to Pedro and Vianney directly, and just sort of expressing their excitement about what we're doing with this brand. We also published a feature with a behind-the-scenes photo of our teams working, which is really cool. Sort of just like basically did a mock photo shoot of the redesign process. And this week we're sort of continuing to unveil all of these things that we've been doing with HE. So this week is actually sort of dubbed HE Week. We have a newsletter going out every day. Vianney likes to say that it's better than Shark Week. But on Monday we unveiled our new cover, and on Tuesday we released the first of a 3-part video series of our cover star, Sol Trujillo. If you haven't watched that, please do. It's really cool. It's on our HE website. Can't miss it. It's like at the top of the homepage. And then all 3 of those videos that we produced of him were actually shown Monday night at our Top 10 Leaders dinner in New York City. So that was really cool too. And Sol was there to like watch them. Pedro, you met him. I think that was probably really cool. Nice. And this week we've also put out a press release announcing a sort of, I think the best way to talk about this is how our brands in the Hispanic division are all aligning. So the press release is sort of covering these 3 brands with our Hispanic Executive, the Alumni Society, and and our next gen platform, which is for the millennial and emerging leaders of the Hispanic division. So speaking of which, we're also working very hard at that new brand and how we're sort of pivoting that brand, which used to be an event series, but now we're having it become a more robust brand that includes basically a product suite of not just events, but a newsletter as well. So we're working on basically building out the whole branding identity for that and what the newsletter is going to look like, what a landing page is going to look like where people can actually come and subscribe to this thing. So be looking out for that come January when we actually have this really cool new thing for emerging leaders in the Hispanic community. Yeah, that's it. A lot.
Cindy, do you want to talk about creative?
Yeah,
This is departmental updates now and shout outs.
Yeah, so Caleb, I feel like already started out because obviously creative is a major player in producing the product side of all those exciting aging things, but we're also producing the other brands. So since the last time we talked all together as a group, Profile, AHL, MC, and ADQ all went to press. We are now fully rolled out in public staggered production cycle. We've readjusted our workflows so that we can be more collaborative and help each other. You'll probably remember before that we used to all go to press on the same day. The whole downstairs was scrambling 3 or 4 weeks prior, and then we just, because of that, there's just a level of stress, a level of anxiety, maybe a level of, I don't know, errors that come up when you're stressed. And so we've smoothed it out. We've said, if you go first, and you go next, and you go next, and you go next, one per week, and and so we've just completed that very first cycle, and it's already a lot of opportunities to help each other. Just yesterday, the editors figured out a structure where they don't need to use freelancers anymore because they can be each other's freelancers. So it's really exciting both in terms of shoring up our process and living out our program. I'm excited about that. One other cool thing that's happening is, I know we probably talked about Dr. Nicole Edmondson, who's been a couple of times. He really loves working with us. He's been a champion for us. He's going to be the guest editor for free, and we're just excited to be working with him. So, congratulations.
Sarah?
Yeah, hi guys. Wanted to get some sales updates. So I'm sure all of you have noticed there's been some shifting around in the office. Creative downstairs, I'm sure you've noticed it's a little emptier down there. So this moving around has been a bigger shift that we've made upstairs, and it's in an effort to kind of bring just more people upstairs. We've now got Pedro, his office is up there. We've got Kyle and the whole ED team upstairs. So again, this is part of us bringing more people upstairs, having all of the sales floor together and unified, being able to collaborate more, just having more resources, creating a newer culture and environment to really just help out the whole team. Not just the CAMs and BD, but also the directors as well. So it's been fantastic. We kicked this off about 2 weeks ago, the beginning of the first week of December. So it's been amazing. I mean, from my seat, I think a lot of feedback we've gotten, and we're really loving it, having everyone up there. So come on up, come visit us. We got some great energy up there. It's been very exciting, and it's going to lead to, it's already leading to some great things up on the sales floor, and I think there's more to come for the rest of this year, 2019. And yeah.
Hi everyone, covering Alumni Society updates, stepping in for Mary, so apologize if you have to read off of this. But we did hold our first ever influencer dinner in Chicago. That was 2 weeks ago, thanks to Jenny, with our new partner, Hydrogen Struggles, and received a 10 out of 10 satisfaction score from the attendees, which was awesome. And then last week, the team was in Miami for our Latinas event, which gathered 30 women with a combined Instagram and Twitter following of over 3.1 million people, which is outstanding. The goal for this event and our partner Northwestern Mutual was to have a strong digital and social media presence that would on outside of the event day. So we invited influencers, created a social media campaign, which most of you probably saw was the I Am a Leading Latina, an in-depth email marketing campaign, and wrote 3 articles on attendees that were there. Northwestern Mutual was extremely pleased with the event, and we're working on compiling all the digital metrics now to report back to them. And then in terms for next year, we have 7 events confirmed for Q1. Just for some context, last year we only had 1. So events team is really killing it, and it's what we need.
Kyle, give us an update. BD.
Sure. Taylor kind of hit it on the head. Well,
New partners.
okay, so BD's, let's start with the vision, right? BD's vision is to take the company to the next level. So let's talk about that. So taking the company to the next level in my department right now, we have the Hispanic division is Taylor, Aaron, Krista, Jenny. Who am I missing? Nobody else? Those 4 ladies, all right? Right now, this quarter, we have about $400,000 booked, and we have another $400,000 to $500,000 coming in. The partners that we have signed up so far, Freddie Mac, Aaron closed this week, $75,000. Was Jenny with KKR, their private equity company, $30,000. Kristen closed Capital One along with Taylor for $65,000. Bank of America is coming back this week. It's at 225. It may go down, but that's a large proposal. And then we have Goldman at 80,000, Flexport at 50,000, TPG at 50,000, Facebook at 40, Cracker Barrel at 40, and a bunch more that I can't remember. But that's all closing between now and hopefully 12/21 before Christmas. In addition to that, all right, I have Alif, who never gets any attention over here. All right, so Alif and I are growing the services business, which Kevin keeps referring to. So a lot of it is hit and miss, throw some shit on the board and then just fail and people say no. So she's been super persistent in that. And what we have going right now is one of her clients that had an article in Modern Counsel, wants his article translated into Spanish. He's paying $10,000 for it along with 2,000 reprints. In addition to that, we have a retainer proposal out right now, which means he's going to pay us every single month $3,000 in order to create 5 posts across all of the social media platforms every single month. All right. So that's something that we've never sold before, and that's just an example of what the services creative agency business looks like. In addition to that, I got another client for Kevin on the sales side and the creative side. We work with an M&A software company now. It's called On Day One or Deal Room or Firm Room. They have about 5 companies, so they definitely need a lot of help. And then in addition to that, I have another meeting today, which I'm going to close down. It's with a digital marketing firm. It's going to be more work for sales consultancy and the creative agency. So I think in terms of taking the company to the next level, as Pedro mentioned today, the sales floor, yeah, making money or going to Tokyo, whatever your motivation is, mine's money. I think Elise is too. Raise your hands, yeah. Okay. So, but the other thing is like putting your best foot forward in honest faith and being excited about it and not caring what happens. Because the worst thing's going to happen is somebody's going to tell you no or to fuck off. And that doesn't matter, right? Because we're just going to put another proposal out there for even more money tomorrow. And it's going to hit and it's going to sink, right? We're going to swoosh. So I would just encourage everybody here, right? Even the creative staff, even the financial staff, like, let's take some risk and put some things out there because they're closing. They're going to close. So I'm just really excited for 2019.
All right. So that's all we have for department updates. Does anybody have any questions on what we're doing? This is a lot. Comments? All right. Dorothy, you want to bring something?
Yep. All right. Hi, everyone. Do I have to introduce myself every time? I'm Meg. I think everyone knows. I hope everyone knows. I'm here to give you a little bit of an update on LDP. So as you guys know, a couple quarters ago, we kicked off LDP 2.0. So we had our first class of graduates. So that's 6 months of work recently finished up. So that's about 6 people, but I'm not going to recognize them today because we want to do something special for them at Rock Rollout. So just a quick update, we have our new class underway. They did their second session, and we're actually going to be putting out applications at the end of this quarter, starting in Q1 of 2019 for our next group. So if you have any questions at all, come see me, talk to the people that have been in the program. So that's Alyssa, Skylar, Wes. These are just recent people, and they'll give you more information on why it's beneficial and all the cool things we do over a 6-month period. And then to close it off, last time we all met, Pedro talked to us about our personal bests. We thought about it, we came up with what those were for us, and then we hung them in the kitchen for everyone to see every single day. Unfortunately, what we don't know is who's completed them, who hasn't completed them. So that's what I want to have everyone do today. So what we're going to have you do is I've Post-its on the counter over there. I have Post-its by the actual wall in our office. So if you completed yours, you're either going to put a Post-it, you're going to write, I met my personal best, or just check it off, a big giant check mark. Does anybody here in this room know, like, I absolutely crushed my personal best and want to share it with us now? I know Jack did. Oh, Jacqueline.
I did. Mine was to successfully execute the social media plan for the waiting with me last week. Was very nervous about it, never done it before, but I did it.
Nice.
A lot of success.
Jack Harper had a check mark next to his upstairs.
Oh yeah, after October, I said big goal to sell 20K.
Mine was to. Oh, go ahead, please.
Has made a good point that my first ever story made the cover.
Mine was to own the heck out of the video series of Soul Trujillo, and the first one went live yesterday. So.
Anyone else?
Mine is to produce more revenue for the team than ever before in a quarter. It's not done yet, but it will be done next week.
Perfect. Good work. Woo! Okay, so like I said, on your way back to the office, either write your check mark here, bring it over. You're going to have to pass the board going back to your desks. There's Post-its over there. Along with that, I'm going to send out an email reminding everyone what your personal best was. If for whatever reason you forgot, you still weeks. And then you're going to let me know if you completed or have not completed it. I need an answer by the end of today. If not, I'll be knocking at your desk, and it'll be super fun. But yeah, and then we'll share that, and we'll share updates so we can all celebrate together. That's it. Enjoy your day.
I won't have anyone teach me the parenting. Okay.